We are ready. All right, let's do it. Excited to spend time with you. We do these small, short burst webinars. We know you're busy, so we're going to give you a lot of good information in a short period of time. The good news is there's a lot of flexibility and options for you at the end of this. Our team will be at your disposal. What we're going to share today is something that's going to have a huge impact on your business with very little time that you have to commit. I'm going to show you some results. It's been our fastest adopted solution or product that we've rolled out here at Popmenu. And there's a lot of good things to share. It's only going to get better. And as you know, with Popmenu, when you sign on with us, whatever your investment is, you lock in at that investment. And so let's get into it. So I'm one of the founders of Popmenu. I may have met some of you that's on the call. I didn't have time to check the chat, but if I've met you before, I'm glad you're attending. If I haven't, then welcome. Regardless of whether or not you choose to partner with Popmenu, I hope you'll get some information here that's valuable for you and your business. At the end of the day, a healthy industry is good for Popmenu and it's good for society, in our opinion. So let's talk about how to create restaurant marketing calendar in minutes. I mean, we are being honest when we say that. So first off, we do a lot of surveys with restaurants around the country. This is a survey that was just under 500 restaurant leaders that we conducted just a couple months ago. I'm sure this is probably not news to a lot of you, but what are the top 5 goals for restaurants in 2024? Growing revenue. I don't know what those other 17% are thinking about, but vast majority of people want to grow revenue. They want to do so by improving their margins. That's obviously, there's a certain science to that in today's market where you have rising and fluctuating cost of goods, labor challenges, all of those things. This tool is going to help you address all of the above. Over half the people want to improve the guest experience. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to help you with that with this particular solution. Obviously, time management, being more efficient. And at the end of the day, we want to help you drive not just new business, one-time transactions, but create customer loyalty and get someone like Tony to come back 10 times a year instead of 3. So what are the most time-consuming tasks for a restaurant? Well, I mean, you could probably list 1,000 of them on here, but according to our survey, roughly 60% said that creating marketing contact took up a vast majority or too much of their time, and nearly the same percentage just managing the social media, emails, SMS, all those things are a part of a well-rounded strategy. Of course, at Popmenu, we're always going to tell you to invest in your menu experience first, because that's where the primary decision point is for virtually every consumer, whether it's a new visitor or somebody that hasn't been to your restaurant or ordered from you in a while. So we get these 2 things through the survey, the 2 most time-consuming tasks. The 2 most common questions we get when we're consulting with restaurants, either a prospect or an existing client, is what should I do next, and how do I know if it's working? And so I'm going to show you a few things today. If you've been on any of my webinars or any of my meetings, you know I really hate PowerPoint, but the marketing team is on here today and they are making me do this so I don't go too crazy. I'm about to go off script though, and I'm going to show you live examples of what we're talking about here. So first off, AI is not new. It is not new. Popmenu's been using AI for over 4 years. We are going through a bit of a hype cycle, and there are definitely going to be some good options for you out there, and there's going to be a lot of crappy options out there. At the end of the day, at Popmenu, one of the things that makes us special is our ability to consolidate so many things into one spot. You don't have time to manage 8 or 10 different tools or contractors. Adding another AI vendor is not necessarily addressing that challenge. We think ours is unique, but at the end of the day, you really can't be the one. You can't. The real question is, can you be the only restaurant not leveraging technology like AI? And I would say the answer to that is no, because your competition is going to be able to do it. They're going to be doing it to pump out more content than you faster. And so you have to make sure you're prepared for that. So first step is we've created automated social posts. Obviously, we know people eat with their eyes. This alleviates the challenge of where people are spending time. I'm going to show you a live example. You no longer have to think of everything on your own. Because our social AI is attached to your platform, we know the things that are happening within your business on your site. We know if you've added a new item, you have an event that's coming up, or if a particular dish is the most favorited item of that week. We're going to be able to create some content for you and push that out quickly. There is a direct correlation 100% of the time that the more marketing impressions you do, the more revenue you gain. And based on what's in those impressions, you can also impact the margin. And so now I'm going to go off script. Well, let me go to the next slide too. No, I'm not. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and let's go off script, escape out of here, and let's go in to our site. This is a customer I like to use all the time. They have great content. I've got several different customers that I'm going to show here, but this is exactly what we just showed on the screen. Today, if you're using Popmenu, if you're already a Popmenu client, this is at your disposal. It's free. It's right here. The first thing we do is we integrate your social channels so that now if I want to come in and create a new marketing or a new social message, I can choose a menu item if I want. Let's say the monkey bread is our new, if I can spell, is our new brunch item. We want this to be a customer, or this is a staff favorite, and our staff is edgy. In 2 seconds, I've created a great social post. Boom. I can go down here, publish now, and it goes to all my social channels at once. If you're a marketing professional supporting a restaurant or a series of restaurants, this allows you to produce so much more content faster. Now you become the editor-in-chief. If you don't like this message, I can come in here and I can easily change that message. Maybe I don't like that. In fact, this is actually a family-friendly, and I want it to be energetic, and I want to see if that comes out with something a little bit different. It does. Okay, that's better. That fits my culture better. Boom, away we go. You could do that. I could take 4 or 5 different items, events, whatever. In less than a minute, I've generated 4 or 5 amazing posts. Remember, I can publish them now, or I can also schedule them. So I want it to go out tomorrow or the next day. You now have the advantage of putting out as good or better content faster, and essentially at no cost if you're on the Popmenu platform already, than any major regional group or chain. That's a fact. Now, we took it a step further, like I showed in that slide. We say, hey, you don't have time to go think about it. Maybe you don't even want to go do what I just showed you, even though that only took me 3 seconds. Because you're on the Popmenu platform, we know things that are happening in your business. We know if you've added a new menu item. We know this is a popular dish because it's getting clicked on, it's getting shared, it's getting ordered. We know if you have an event coming up. We know if you've got a dish that's getting a certain amount of reviews. Well, if you have an event coming up, why wouldn't you want to go ahead and create that post? Well, we've already done that for you. And so now I can just come down, I like that, and I publish now. Marketing does not have to be complex. Don't let the term AI scare you into not doing anything. Don't allow someone to tell you they don't have the time to perform this function. If you are the restaurant owner or executive, you want that content going out consistently. You want that marketing content to leverage things that are happening in your business and showcasing things that are driving other customers to choose your business. This does that for you. Now, we took it a step further because we have a lot of customers say, man, that's awesome. It's great. My hostess didn't show up. My cook didn't show up. I got to do this PR thing. I don't have time. Can someone just pre-plan this for me? Can someone do this activity for me? So Popmenu was the first one to create what we call an AI marketing calendar. Because we know what's going on in your business, on your site, particularly with the menu, which is the primary decision point, let me remind you for the 10th time, we can go ahead and create content that's very specific to your business. A lot of AI tools are going to go out and they're going to create a fake post with Taco Tuesday, and then consumers are going to be left to wonder what's authentic and what's not. That's not how we think about it here. Just like I showed you, if we know that you're offering ordering or reservations with OpenTable, or let's say we know that you've got a signature featured dish every Wednesday, the business already knows that. We know that through our technology. So we can create the content that mirrors those things for you without you having to do any work. If you are the marketing person, they are equally as excited about this because they are the editor-in-chief now instead of having to be the sole author. That allows them now to go in and have all this content that they can go in there and edit to make sure that they want to make the adjustments. Maybe they only have to edit 20% of the time. Well, that drastically improves their time management. Okay. It also frees up time for them to do other things, PR strategy, working with influencers, or anything else that you would want to do. So let's go back to my off-script site. Here is a restaurant. I believe these guys are in Jacksonville, Florida. I believe it's a single location operator here. So you see they have some nice content. Well, they have the same challenges of everybody. What we have here is our AI marketing calendar. This is creating a series of posts, emails, and SMS messages for your business. They're already done for you a month in advance. In fact, when we send you a notice, I believe it's 10 days prior to the start of the next month. So you can see here, we've sent them the content for February. We sent that within, I think, by January 21st. So now they just click in to say, I'm going to review the content. You can see here, I've got 12 social posts, 4 emails, 2 text messages. Now, I'm showing you a version where we can come down and say, well, let's go look at this social post on whatever date that is. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Do I want to edit that? Do I want to not approve it? Do I want to change the photo? I can do anything. First and foremost, what I would tell every restaurateur, what I would tell every marketing person is don't overthink it. The worst thing to do is to do nothing. You always want something to be slightly better. This is a great looking post. I'm going to show you the results on the back end. But if you don't like it, change it. But at least I've taken you 90 yards down the field. And you only got to do 10% of the work. Or maybe you think this is great and you love it, so you just simply hit approve. Boom. That's all it's done. Let's get out of there. And I can look at other things, right? Let's go look at another social post. Do I like that? Now, again, if you have events or other things, all those things continue to be at play now. And over time, we just get smarter and smarter on the type of content we can create, how we're incorporating hashtags or anything else that we know is going to help drive results. But again, if you like it, you hit approve. If you reject it, you hit reject. And then if I want a different topic, I can come in here and I can change it, right? It's very, very simple. If you are a restaurateur, the most important thing is having the consistency of the communication and in a variety of mediums. You do that here with social, email, and SMS. You have flexibility to go in there and edit anything you feel needs to be edited. You can reject something if you don't think it's on brand or for whatever reason. We'll collect all of that feedback, but also you have the opportunity to approve. Now, we have just rolled out the ability now, we are rolling out the ability to look at this on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and eventually very soon, a monthly basis. Let's say you've been using this calendar, this technology for 3 or 4 months. You've rarely had to go in there and do anything. You just want to make sure that you don't go in there and forget to approve it. You want it to auto approve. Those are all things that we are working on and that will be available to you in the very, very near future. I want to show you a few things here. Here is, again, this is in Lawrence, South Carolina. So we're not talking, you don't have to be in downtown Manhattan or Los Angeles or Miami for this to have a big impact on your business. Let's go look here and see when they added AIM. They added AIM in November. Look at the amount of impressions that they go from here to here. We tripled their impressions. Well, guess what? We also drove more revenue. We tripled their impressions. We drove more revenue. I can go down and say, well, how do I know these were good? Well, let's take a look at this social post. I think there's not anybody on the call who would look at this engagement and say that, wow, that's pretty strong. Well, this was done for them. They didn't have to spend any time or work thinking about what to do, and it outperformed them. Now, there's a lot of great content creators out there. The reality is what we've seen so far with hundreds and hundreds of people using this product is that on average, for example, on Facebook, the AI generated content is outperforming the content that has historically been created by me. I would just go stress, throw out any preconceived ideas you have. AI doesn't have to be scary. I would question it if it's not original content. I think we address all of those things here for you. And the most important thing is to have consistent marketing impressions. There's a direct correlation between that and driving more followers, more orders, and at greater margins. Oh, I wanted to show one other thing here. Let's go back to the planner here. Sorry, let's go back to our overview. Sorry. And let's look at the top messages. So sorry for jumping around. Here's top email messages. This goes back to what I said earlier. The 2 most common questions we get asked are, what should I do next? And how do I know if it's working? So I showed you the social post, but how about an email? Now this customer is using ordering. So here I can see that this email went to this audience with X amount of links. What is direct revenue? Direct revenue means I sent this email out, and within a 24-hour period, people opened the email, clicked the ordering link, and executed the order. Attributable revenue means the people got that email, they opened it up, and within a 10-day period, they go back and click the ordering link. This one email that was generated with the AI marketing calendar drove them $2,994, 49 orders. Now, imagine your restaurant. This is basically already paid for this, nearly paid for this one solution for the entire year with this one email. There is no catch. The hardest challenge we've had at Popmenu is unwinding decades of behavior where restaurant owners believe that great technology has to be expensive and complicated in order for it to be great. That is simply not true. Simply not true. Great technology should make your life easier. It should give you time back in the day, and you should be able to track the impact that it's having. I believe that this solution is doing that for our clients. I believe that other AI solutions are also likely having an impact on thousands and hundreds of thousands of restaurants today. No matter how small you are, no matter how big you are, no matter if you're in the top 5 biggest markets in the US or if you're in a rural southern state or a Midwestern state, the same principles apply. The consistency of your marketing activity is a direct correlation into the transaction volume and the value of those orders. It does not have to be complicated. Again, go back to this is a great little restaurant in Jacksonville, Florida. Imagine the strength of having this planned out for them. It's powerful. All right, I'm all fired up, but I got to go back to my slides. I apologize. All right, let's get back here. And let's go show you just a few other things. This is a submarine shop client of ours. I could go show you the same correlation, but again, every client, even if you're not using AI marketing calendar, you can see there's a correlation when that restaurant does a lot of marketing, results go up. When they don't do the marketing, results start to taper. The good thing about AI marketing calendar is you have consistently great content going out no matter what. If there's months when you have extra time and you want to go play around with it, you can go in and add 2 more posts on your own if you want. You can go in there and edit 3 emails if you want. But making sure that the basics are covered and that the basics are better than most people's great puts you in a better position than virtually any other restaurant. There's really no reason why you shouldn't be doing this. If you are a marketing person, this just makes you that much more productive so that you can share the ROI with your ownership. And so either way you look at it, whether you're a marketer, whether you're the owner itself, whether you're the GM, all these people benefit from this tool because at the end of the day, it helps the business be healthy. And I always say that a healthy business stays in business. A healthy business that is driving better margins, well, you start to buy more premium products and have better guest opportunities. And then the businesses that keep doing that start to have expansion opportunities. And I think people that lean into things like this are going to have a lot of opportunities in the year and years ahead. Here are just a couple of quotes from some of our existing clients who are benefiting from this. That's their words. I showed you dispassionate data, so I'm not selling you an idea. This is a live product, hundreds and hundreds of people out in the wild, but hopefully this has a similar impact to you guys. That was a lot of information, but in theory, let me just summarize it. Main thing to take away is don't do nothing. Too many restaurants, they get busy and they just say, well, I don't have time for it. If people come, they come. We've got a lot of regulars. I always tell people to think not just about your business, but what's going on around you. You may be in an area where they're opening up a new development. That new development has 3 competing restaurants. People will inevitably give those restaurants a shot, especially if you're not staying top of mind for them. There's so many restaurants that we consulted with that told us they wish they had collected information about their guests prior to COVID. When COVID hit, they didn't have the email list. They didn't have the SMSs that they could market to people, letting them know that they had outdoor seating or letting them know that they had ordering now. And it made that whole experience even harder. And we know how hard that was. I would tell people, if you've waited in the past for everyone else to go first, maybe that's worked for you. I do think we're in a day and age where you have to think that other people are going to be leveraging technologies like this to get their restaurant out front and center in front of consumers, and to offset things like their labor challenges and reducing cost and things of that. When you think about AI marketing calendar, let's think about it like $8 to $10 a day to basically have like this professional marketing thing that only gets smarter every month, every quarter, every year for you. Even if you have marketing people, it's great to have diversity of that thing, and also to free up time for them to be really focused on high value tasks. So one, make sure you do the marketing activity. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be complicated. If you're not leveraging AI, you have to be thinking that your competition is going to, and that may put you at a disadvantage. So even if you don't use Popmenu, you should be exploring some things to put yourself in a better position. The results on ours has been incredibly positive. Is it perfect? No. Is it ever going to be perfect? No. Is it better than anything on the market? Yes. Are we moving faster in terms of innovation and testing things out? Yes. Is it better because it's authentic and based on things happening in your site? Yes. So definitely encourage you to add that feature on. Again, it's not a high ticket item for us. It's one of our lowest actual cost products that we sell, but it has a huge outsized return. So I definitely encourage everybody to use it. Awesome. Well, I appreciate everyone attending. We had a lot of attendees. My email is tony@popmenu.com. I'm going to put it in there. People are like, why are you going to do that? Because I want to help you out. If you have a question about anything we offered today, or I know there's some things about phones, which we didn't talk about today, but I saw that pop up, feel free to email me. I'll call you back. I'll answer your questions, or if I can't get to you fast enough, I'll make sure that somebody else does and get your questions answered. But there's some special things for those who attended the webinar, so definitely reach out to us. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.